Okay, it's recording now. So, and again, and have a good day so far.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
Okay, okay. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. So, who's artist Abby I'm speaking to today?
Hello, my name is Artsy Abby. I am a 23-year-old model, actress, musician, cosplayer, jack of all trades, master of none.
Hey, woman of many talents, if I could say that.
Multi-hyphenated, I love it.
Okay, okay, that's nice. That's nice. So we have 20 questions. I divide them up into 5 questions each in each section,
Okay.
just to make things easier. So let's go ahead and get into it. So
Sounds
section 1, background and early journey. What first inspired you to pursue multimedia arts, and how has that shaped your creative outlook?
I started as a musician, and I think that started, I could probably hold drumsticks before I could even walk properly. I liked hitting like canned green beans, my mom would always say. Was like I would put cans together and I would just start hitting them like a drum set. So I think music has always been ingrained in my head somehow. And then my friends who do cosplay started saying like, "Oh, can you come be in this music video with us? We just need somebody in the background looking like they're playing an instrument while we do our thing." It was Vocaloid, so that kind of made more sense. And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then from being in that, I was like, "Wow, cosplay looks really fun. Let me do that." So I started doing that. And then we did photo shoots because, every cosplayer does at least a photo shoot or two.
Yeah.
And that made me realize like, whoa, I'd like to do this like in my own way. So then I started modeling. I've only been modeling for a year, so it's been so much. But in modeling, someone took headshots, and I'm in a group that's like models and actors of Charlotte. It's over on Facebook. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, they're hiring for The Roofman, the Channing Tatum movie. All you need is a headshot and a full body picture." So I put in for that and I got it. And now I'm in the trailer for The Roofman. So if y'all see the 10 seconds in, the girl pushing that green shopping cart, that's me. Acting was like within being, I think, 30 minutes on set, I was like, I could do this forever and be so happy with my life. So I got into acting and I threw myself into my work. Like it wasn't just I'm just going to give it a try and see how it. No, this was I have to do this. So it was just boom, 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 boom. And everything like falls into each other. So yeah.
Oh, it's nice. Well, that's nice. It sounds like you've been through I know you had take certain steps to get to where you need to be. I didn't know that you had starting out doing something small, and then it turned to something amazing a few days later.
Insane, absolutely insane. Because in between that, I was still going to school to be, originally I thought I wanted to be a vet tech, and that obviously didn't work out. It hurt too much to see animals in pain, and I was like, but I'm helping them. But in my brain, it was like, but they're still really hurt, and sometimes I can't help them all. So I would break down about it, and that just wasn't good for my mental. So I'd write about it, and then it got poetry, and then the poetry turned into music, because sometimes you don't know where a stanza stops and a lyric begins. So to me, it was those two things were very synonymous. But now I have 2 poetry books out, 8 albums out, 2 EPs. So it's very they're very similar to me.
Wow. And I want to say something, if I can here. I had a conversation with someone like you of 2 months ago. She's a singer and she's a model. I think one of the reasons she told me specifically is that she wanted to get her feelings out. She wanted to write songs and just talk about how she felt about life in general, that kind of stuff. And I think that's kind of the same stuff like you were doing when you write poems, modeling, sing
absolutely.
stuff. You were trying to express what was going on in your life. You just want to tell people how you feel, whether it's through art or music. something in that,
Right. Because
same
sometimes
area.
just saying your story isn't enough, so you actually have to show your story, and that's definitely a big piece of why I do what I do, because if I can't tell my own story, then I'll find a character I'll find a script that the character's going through something I'm going through, and I can see how they cope throughout the movie. I can put myself and my problem in their shoes and then tell the story in a different way of like, oh, well, if I decided to do this, that, and the third, that's what would have happened in the script of that movie. So I like telling other people's stories because sometimes I don't like telling my own story. So if I can do something for somebody else and tell their story, it makes me feel better because I know that I've helped in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. You want to make sure at least this could help someone who might be feeling, sometimes there's going to be like those kind of dark days.
Exactly.
Especially in your life. You just got to figure out how you're able to reach out, maybe show them the light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly. That's why I think the first 3 or 4 albums that I wrote are very like, whoa, that is very deep. Like what is happening? I was in a deep depression in those first few days or first years. But I started writing and it was just boom. I think I put out my first album in 2018, and it was just that. I released those 4 albums in that year alone because it was that emotionally taxing. And then my music started shifting because my mindset started shifting. And now it's more, the first part of the song is always, yeah, this sucks. I'm not going to lie. I'm like hurting in some way. And then there's a little part in the middle where it's a positive light and a positive spin. So now my songs are more hopeful. I haven't like changed the way that I do things, but it's a little more positive now.
Wow. That must be so like heartwarming. Because I know some people want to listen to like really soothing and lovable songs that they can relate to. Like, hey, this is me going through this sort of phase right now. I want to make sure that I'm able to stand up and keep moving. Those kind of like scenarios. And I think you put all your heart and soul in all of these songs you've been doing.
Oh, absolutely.
I know I haven't listened to any of them. I don't know where I can find them. So I guess it's like, I don't know if it's on Spotify. I guess I'll take a look.
All of my music is on like every platform. I mean, so I use DistroKid, and when I look at like, oh, where can I find my music just so I can tell people, there are things that I didn't even know were still like running that's on there. Like iHeartRadio is one of the biggest ones, but all my stuff can be found under Artsy Abby or Artsy Abby Official.
Okay.
And my cat just decided to hop in. Hi, Wednesday.
Hey, oh my God, you're like the 4th cat person I met.
I used to not be a cat person. I had dogs my whole life. And then one day,
he looks cute. I mean, is it he or she?
Oh, her name is Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, like the Netflix show.
Yeah, I got her when that first season came out, and it was around Halloween, and she's a tuxedo, so I was like, yeah, Wednesday.
Oh, she's cute. I've had a few people with cats, the first 3 people. So you're like my 4th cat person. The first one I met, she said she had both her cats behind the computer screen while I was talking to her. She calls them Lottie and Dottie. They're sisters.
That's cute.
They're sisters.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So the other one was a voice actor. She's saying like, you can hear my cat in the background. Their needs can wait.
I get that. There are a lot of things. So I started working on a video game. I'm helping my friend with his video game by doing the voice acting in it. And I walked into to record in the bathroom because she was just so like all over my mic. And she just starts meowing at the door. So every take, it's like, welcome to the meow. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. All right. And it's just even now, smack me with her tail. But it's every time. I can't do a single thing without her being like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Hi, Mom.
Yeah. Because the other one I also talked to was a tattoo artist. She said her cat was nosy.
Yeah. Nosy is the perfect word for it because it's like, this whole day she has been away from me, but then as soon as I start talking longer than I usually talk, she jumps up.
It's okay. It's okay. If she wants to join the fray, like, you know.
And say, Wednesday, you gonna help me with my answers? Heard. Heard.
All right. That's nice. Nice. Next question. Can you share a defining moment when you realized you wanted to build a career in the arts?
Ooh, a defining moment. I think I've had multiple defining moments, and some of them just reinstate the passion, because I think the very first, like, yes, I want to do music. I performed at it was a lounge. I performed at a lounge, and I had friends that were there, and they were singing and they were clapping along and they were dancing in the crowd, and it was like, yeah, this is my music definer. And for like cosplaying and stuff, my friend started a cosplay magazine called Beyond Cosplay Magazine, and she sat me down for an interview because I had cosplayed like Dobby from My Hero Academia, and I was able to use my natural hair for his hair because, you know, spiky. 6 hours of liquid latex later, and I had like the covers, the staples. I locked in heavy. And my friend did Hawks, and we sat down and we had an interview with her, and we were in the magazine, and that was I could cosplay forever and be happy. So now I try to put all of them together.
Wow, that's amazing. And yeah, speaking of which, I am on season 6. I'm in the Dark Hero arc. So I'm trying to hurry up with that final season on the way. It's in 1 month now.
Yeah, see, that's me freaking out about One Piece. I'm trying so hard to get caught up. Like, I finished Wano. I'm We've made it. We're making it. We're making it.
And
through.
I think you saw that I am interviewing another voice actor. He was actually in the 4th My Hero movie last year.
That's insane.
I think you saw that on my story.
Yes, I did. I think I reposted it too.
Yes. So I'm interviewing him tomorrow at 7. So
That's
I've been tagging him in my stories and all that stuff. Because the thing is, I've been trying to get him and Kaylin Mills to come to Savannah Comic. I'm in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, so I'm coming to Georgia next month for a movie. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Atlanta,
yeah.
Yeah. So I won't be able to make it there.
Oh no, I drive and then I just keep driving because I don't book a hotel because it's 4 hours. So if I need to drive home in the middle of the night, I will. I got a good playlist. It's okay. I'm curated.
Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to get them. It just didn't happen. But I think now that I got him, now I'm talking to one of them for the first time since they came out with that movie last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been tagging them like all year from February to July to get them to come to my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dream come true. I'm actually getting ready to talk to one of them tomorrow.
That's insane. That's like work. I love that for you though.
Thank you. But yeah, going back to you, I think, but you knew that this is like, you know, you wanted to build a career, because I know you are a very artistic woman so far from what I'm hearing. So you want to be able to do your own art, get your feelings out, talk about, oh, this is how I came to be a professional artist or musician.
Oh, absolutely. And now I do little things like I sell candles, I make stickers, I make soaps. It's very little, like, here are all these little artsy things that I do that help the community and like give back during events.
Well, as long as you continue, you know, don't lose yourself in it. You know, I know I've seen a lot of people who fell into that trap. They lose themselves in it, and they're just basically just doing it for like the clout. So,
no, I can't lose myself in it. It's the only thing that's keeping me sane right now. So if I lose myself, I lose everything.
Exactly. And now me, you know, like I'm having these conversations because I want to know all y'all stories and how y'all got to be where y'all are. Because, you know, for last few years, I've been focused on doing like photography and stuff, but I didn't take the time to understand the context or the artwork of it. So I decided to just put that back on the shelf earlier this year, and maybe go back to doing videos. So I feel like, hey, I'm good at talking to people. So that's how this podcast came along.
I love it. My story is just strange. Like it all kicked up very quickly, and a lot of it comes from grief and heartbreak, if I'm honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't able to start my acting and stuff until 6, 8, something like that months ago. Because I was the receptionist at my dad's upholstery shop. And my dad got sick and passed away from leukemia. And I lost my mind a little bit and I spiraled bad. I couldn't create. I couldn't do anything. I barely left my room. I think 2 weeks I stayed in my house. Nobody heard from me. Nobody saw me, nothing. I had 18 photo shoots throughout those weeks. I canceled every one of them. Like, I was not me. But then my friend was like, hey, I think you need to like try this acting class. And I was like, acting? You're being dead ass with me right now? She goes, yes, I'm being very serious with you right now. I think you would enjoy this. I think it'd be a good help. And I sat down and I went with her, and the topic was improving about your mental health and where you're at. And I was able to put every ounce of grief, every tear, everything into because we had 10 minutes. 10 minutes to do a little monologue, a skit, whatever. And I let everything out the bat, 10 minutes. So I'm willing to say that saved me. But now I'm go. I have 10 films under my belt, and it's been 8 months. And now I got a notification last night that I've got a notification that like I'm one of the finalists for Best Actors in Charlotte. So that's like whoa, what?
That's really impressive. First off, I'm sorry for your loss. I know that was traumatic. But it's nice that you have a support system.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that it's nice that you have a support system. I have a support system to help you get you through those tough times and realize, the only way to make things better is to keep expressing how you feel to others.
Right.
If it's whether it's like the music, because I know you said you done a few movies. Like you said you done movies or something, like, or just film. Okay. Because I know there's a lot of people who are looking to do more stuff. Because I know, how can I say this? There are a few people who moved from because you said you're based in New York, right?
No, I'm in Charlotte.
Oh, you're in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. So, because I know there's a few people who moved from this side of the country, the east side, to the western side, mostly to California, to look for more opportunities, like in those big studios. And
unfortunately for them, that's not it anymore. That a lot of studios in LA and all that, they're not doing well.
No, they're not. Because the last time I checked, the last few months, they've been slacking a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of movies that I've witnessed getting all of the traction are either superhero or indie, and there is no superhero, indie, and horror. Those are like the big three right now. So,
and to be honest, I'm really surprised that people are still even going to California, because even if they're not doing movies, they're not doing just movies. Like, there's other stuff they could be doing.
Right.
Like, I know some of the voice actors I do know, they have other careers besides like voice acting or
exactly
all that stuff. Because I had a conversation with one of them. They said they worked with computers for the school system.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this was based in Seattle. She was in Seattle. One of them does another person does audio engineering. They have voice acting classes.
Right.
So they have other stuff besides just voicing characters we know and love for years.
Right.
So, but it's nice that they find ways to move forward without being held back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest thing that I could tell any artist is keep going. Completely.
Definitely keep going. So you balance working as a home health aide, if I'm not mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With being a creator, how do those two roles influence each other?
Well, my brother is my client, and when my dad was still with us, he was also one of my clients. And now it's easier since it's family, because at the end of the day, if it is open to the public or the set isn't as serious, I can usually bring my brother with me and I can keep an eye on him. But I'm close enough to home that I can just drive over whenever I need to. But it's easy. It's simple. I get a lot done. And I can do while I'm making him food or while I'm waiting for you to cook, I can send in applications. I can post stuff from the weekend. I can schedule posts. Like I can line things up and make things happen.
So basically, it's a family business.
Yeah.
Okay. So because when I saw that, I was like, is she just doing this by herself, or is someone helping her?
No, I just do things because like even Monday on Labor Day, I decided to go pick up extra shifts. And during my extra shifts, I would be able to, like, between clients, because I usually work at group homes if I pick up an extra shift. When their food was cooking or when I needed to get something done, I would start scheduling posts. So now the next 3 months, there's a post a day because I had that busy time that I could just, boom, knocked out.
That's nice. Okay, I like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm learning so much. I wanted to make sure. Okay, this is how they manage being clear and other activities, because I know you want to try to wind down until the next big project comes up.
Oh, I never wind down. Like even today, I've had 8 things to do, and then at 4:00, my the magazine group that I'm working with, we're meeting up at a coffee spot to go over the magazine and our newest issues. So it's just I have to stay busy. If I don't stay busy, I'm like, what are we doing? Why am I sitting still for too long?
It's nice. That's nice. Who were some of your biggest influences growing up, whether in music, writing, or visual arts?
So my biggest music inspiration, this is gonna throw a lot of people for a loop because I don't listen to a lot of mainstream, what people assume that I would listen to. I don't actually listen to. I listen to a lot of metal. I listen to a bunch of Korn. I don't know how that inspired me at all because I do like indie and lo-fi bedroom beats and whatnot. So it's very like, what am I doing? I listened to like maybe 2 Mary J. Blige songs that had me like that.
I love Mary J. Blige.
A lot of Maroon 5, and then like an ungodly amount of Maroon 5. I don't know why. Let's see. Writing wise, I read a hell of a lot of Stephen King, which is weird because all of my poetry is very like, it gets uplifting very quickly, and it's like, well, that's not what Stephen King did ever. So I don't know where that came from. But I also read a lot of the Odyssey, the Iliad, mythology. Oh, I love mythology. So I'm like, stories.
That's nice. That's very nice because I know somebody, a musician has to have like some beginning, because I know like they listen to previous songs other people have released, and they try to figure out, okay, can I say a few examples in here?
Go for it.
Let's take Megan Thee Stallion, for example. She watches a lot of anime, and we should know that.
Yes.
So she put a lot of anime stuff in her songs.
Yes, I love it.
And she's worked with a lot of K-pop artists too.
Mm-hmm.
She's worked with a lot of K-pop artists. She's worked with a few Japan products and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I would kind of figure, well, hey, she had to watch some of these shows before she incorporated into her music. And I know you're probably doing the same thing too, incorporating some of the previous songs you've heard, or I don't know if you're going to do anime stuff at some point, but that's up for you to decide.
Absolutely. I've got a few lyrical pieces that reference Gojo, and it's really funny to me because a lot of people, one of the lines is something along Hollow Purple, and somebody's going to pick that up and go, you. Somebody's going to pick it up because I also have a One Piece reference about Ace.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I have a One Piece tattoo. I have Ace's devil fruit on my arm.
Oh, man. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to say something about Fire Fist. Yeah, I'm going to make that happen. And my friend was like, now, how are you going to rhyme that? Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
That's nice. Because one thing I do know is that if you notice, some of these voice actors I've seen, they're also musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Abby Try is a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee Mills is a singer.
Yep.
I don't even know what word.
Haley Steinfeld, the one that voices Gwen, is a musician.
Yeah.
We all knew
Yeah.
her music before her acting, I think.
I know, and I don't even know what word I want to say right now. And you know, the fact that they were singers first before they became actors, that says a lot about
Yeah.
why they wanted to get into this realm of pop culture stuff. They
Mhm.
want to be able to like be a singer and be an actor at the same time. Like, because I know some of them have released a lot of tracks that are on Spotify. Might need to go take a look at that at a later time. I might do that later this weekend, but
Yeah.
I just don't have the time because I'm busy doing this and school.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make time for myself.
Right. Absolutely.
Last question of this section. Looking back, what was your very first creative project and how do you feel about it now?
My very first creative project that I put out there was called Pink Cloud, and it was a song that I wrote in 2018. It was a cute little love song, and now I cringe every single time that I listen to it. I thought I was a genius back then. I had a lot of like jokes and a lot of little quips in there that I was like, oh my God, that's genius. And now I listen back to it and I'm like, delete this instantly.
I know sometimes it gets embarrassing when you try to do it for the first time. Here's the thing, and something that I spoke with, I actually spoke with Henry Dittman last weekend, the voice of Kabuto from Naruto.
Wow.
He told me, I think the best way to get into stuff is just be horrible at it first.
Yes, 100%. You can't succeed unless you are ready to fail. Genuinely. You will not go anywhere until you go low.
And like I said, great things take time. And he was right, when he first started out, I was kind of a klutz, but it got better, so on and so on, as I continue trying to make this perfection.
Right. And it's crazy because like people will try so hard to be great at the first try. And I'm saying this as as me. I would try so hard to be perfect at everything I did the first time around. And that instantly killed like most of my motivation to do things if I was bad at the first time, because I was like, well shit, I can't be great, so I will be nothing. Kind of like what Amy says in Little Women, I want to be great or nothing at all. And that's where my brain was for a very long time. But I realized how bad of a thought process that is. Because like I also stream over on Twitch, and sometimes I suck. Like a lot of times my streams are just not great because the game is either I decided to jump right into a comp game stupidly, or my friends aren't on, so I'm not funny the way that I'd like to be. But I've got to be prepared to be bad at something before I get really good at it.
That's true. Trust me. When I started playing those games, I was bad too. Like, I'll tell you a little funny story. Okay. I was playing the new Gears of War Reloaded multiplayer for the first time. That dropped last week, Gears of War Reloaded.
Yeah.
So when I played the game and I was like, when I instantly died, I was like, wait, what hit me? I didn't do anything.
Yep.
Then I realized I got ran over by a train. I was like, they put a train in this map?
Oh, I love awareness.
When I was trying to kill the guy, I was trying to dodge the train again. I didn't get out in time. The train ran me over again.
That'll do it.
I was like, why did they put a train in this map?
And now you see why. Getting rocked like that by a train, specifically.
Oh my God. The correlation did me dirty.
A little bit.
Oh my God. Shoot. See, now I want to play the multiplayer match just speaking to you about it. I was like, I do play a lot of games. I have my Xbox Series X. I got the Nintendo Switch too. Oh, see? See, I got all these things right here.
I know ball.
So, yeah. So, you get used to the epic fails.
Oh yeah. I feel like that might be what makes some of the best content is when I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm on it. Watch this, and then out of nowhere, and then all you hear is the stunned like, what? The best. It's the best.
I know, right? But yeah, it's nice. It's nice that you like I said, you're gonna have some ups and downs.
Oh yeah, no progress has ever been made in your comfort zone, so always step out of it when you can.
I tell people, you pick yourself up and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we're out of that section. Section 2: creativity, artistry, and business.
Ooh.
So you're a multi-instrumentalist, right?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because I was up late, make sure I had everything. Because I like doing research. A vocalist, actress, and author, right? You're the author of a book, right? How do you manage all those creative identities at once?
I have to multitask, kind of like what I was saying earlier. I have to be able to do multiple things in one sitting, and my brain is very just art leveled. So like if I can't think of something in an artistic way, it's going to be ridiculously complicated for me to do it. So like when it comes to the music, I have to be able to write, which gives me the author side of things, and I have to be able to do the music at the same time. So everything, I try to make sure everything I do correlates in some way, shape, and form. Even if it's like the tiniest, most minute little, that doesn't work like that. Yes, it does. It does, actually.
Okay. Hey, like I said, and I said this before too, you're a woman of many talents. So you have to figure out how to manage those talents one by one. It's like parallel processing.
Right.
Like, okay, here's an example. Let's say I'm driving a car. There's the gas, the steering wheel, the gear shift for anything. I think what happened was, one by one, we had to learn how to use each one before we just use all three without thinking.
Right.
So
that's pretty accurate, because if I wasn't like, I can't be a songwriter without being some form of an author or a poet, and I can't be some kind of performer without having some acting ability to be able to get a crowd going, and I can't act if I don't know my angles, and I don't know how to pose, and I don't know how to stay lined up with the camera, which is where modeling lines itself in.
Interesting. See, we're both teaching each other something.
I love it.
So, with many outlets, from candle making to modeling, how do you decide which medium best fits a story you want to tell?
I think about the context of what I'm being asked for. Like, so I was on a show the other day called Meet to Marry, and I had invited them over, let them come and kind of spend a day with me to see what it's like. And in that, I was like, okay, let me teach them candle making, and then I'll show them my art room, because I have just a gigantic art room. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be the perfect things to show, because that's the most like personalized and intimate part of me, is being able to show them that. Like, I wouldn't want to take them off to a photo shoot. I wouldn't want to take them on set. I probably couldn't because of NDAs and whatnot. So I have to decide, one, who am I speaking to? Who am I catering to? What am I doing? Like, what are we supposed to be getting at? And two, what are the limitations that could keep us from this happening?
So yeah. So like step-by-step process,
Yeah, I've gotta break everything down with like here's a pros and cons list of who I can bring where and who I can't take here.
Yeah, step 1, step 2, step 3, as many steps as it takes until you get it right. And I know it's like, with you doing all the candle making and stuff, I just, candle making tomorrow, you knew that, hey, I need to put down a little breakdown list or something. Like, let me make sure this is in order, because I don't want to be all over the place. And then it's like at the end of the day, I'm burned out.
Yeah, I think this past weekend I faced the most burnout that I've felt in a very long time. And I got home, laid down, fell asleep for 20 minutes. I think it was like 27 minutes, and my alarm was going off again. And I was like, okay, I'm done. So burnout is very real and very, ugh. Very
Don't
gross.
forget, it's okay to take a break if you're tired. You don't have to do everything in one day.
Right. I just overbooked myself. I was really stupid and forgot that, like, oh yeah, I have this happening on this day. So now I'm trying to break myself down to four activities a day, if I can.
4 activities a day.
Yeah. So like this would be an activity. Tomorrow I'm filming a commercial in Charlotte. That's an activity. I have rehearsal for a movie that I'm filming in Pensacola at 5 something. That's an activity. Like I try to give myself the big productive things. I want to do like 4 a day at most. Anything else will drive me like through the roof.
What's the new movie you shooting for?
This one is called Hidden Intentions, and I am playing the lead, Brianna, for the 2nd through the 4th movie.
Wow. Is that going to be in theaters? I might need to get some popcorn.
Yes, it is. It is. I just don't know the release dates for any of them, actually.
I might go check it out. I mean, I do have a movie theater close to my house.
There you go. I would suggest seeing The Roofman first.
Okay.
Because that one has like names that everybody knows. I was also in Christy, that new Christy Martin biopic with Ben Foster, Sydney Sweeney, a bunch of other names. I know she's in hot-ish water right now, so I'm hesitant to say that her and I are anywhere near associated because we're not. Yeah.
Hey, gotta protect your peace.
I'm saying. Keep me out of that. I know we're filming Subterfuge coming very soon. That's being filmed here in Charlotte. We're renting out the Belk Theater for that premiere, and I am so excited.
Yeah. I'll be excited. I never get to those premieres, you know. It's okay though. I ain't too. At the end of the day, it's just a movie. I don't really.
Right.
Well, you know, you have fun over there.
Thanks.
So, what has been the most challenging part of starting and running your own creative business?
Support. I say that calmly now because I'm over it now. But when I first started things, the support was so limited. Like there are people and friends and collaborators that you've worked with in the past that are like, oh my gosh, I support you so much. But then there is no support that is seen. It's just like, I got your back from over here. And then you don't hear from them and they don't share your stuff. And I feel like I am always so community and collaboration over competition based. Because to me, it's not a competition. I can't gatekeep for shit. I can't not tell someone, like, I'm the idiot that anytime somebody's like, oh my gosh, how did you do this? I'm like, oh, well, I did this and this, and I got this app for that, and I wrote this down, and I put this and did it. I can't keep a secret. So whenever I started my business, I was instantly like, okay, so here's how I did it. Here's what I would suggest if I ever did it again. People are like, why are you telling everybody this? You should have just gatekept this. Like, I can't. I want to see my people winning. I want the people around me to know that they can do it too. That you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink. I can tell people stuff and I can support them in every way, shape, and form. But when it's my turn, I don't get that oftentimes. So I'm like, oh, okay. But it's okay because like I'll make it happen. I'll make it work one way or another. Believe that. But like sometimes the hardest part about starting things is having the support, because they'll support you at the end of it when things are like big and booming. They're like, yeah, I've been here since the beginning. Like where genuinely.
Hey, well, it's a good thing you kept going. Like I said, don't let nobody stop you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the key word is you want to have a support system. You know, it may start off slow at first, but I know over time, as long as you keep putting yourself out there, as long as you keep
Right.
doing the stuff you love doing, it's going to work itself out in the end. And I
Absolutely.
believe that. That's why,
Um,
I know when I got through, like college and everything, I
mhm.
made it work. Now I'm back here trying to get through my graduate program,
Right.
cybersecurity. And now all of a sudden I'm doing this, talking to you guys, because I like having
Yeah.
these kind of conversations. And it's turning into something really huge, because I didn't think, well, shoot, I don't know if I can do this. Then the first few episodes have reached over like 1,000 views on
Yeah.
Instagram. I posted a clip. And now I think you saw my latest one. I was talking to those 3 cosplayers
Hmm.
last time. It
Yes.
reached over 2,000 views.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think you heard the situation. We were talking about the whole blackface situation, because I've seen some of your posts.
It's been a lot of that lately. That's actually why I've pushed away from the cosplay community as much as I have. Like, I separated my accounts and have a like totally separate cosplay account because every now and again it just gets to be too much, so I need to log out of it. So I will. Then I'll just go over to my main account and that's all I do.
I understand. Sometimes, it's just like, what's the point of all this anymore? It's going to continue. It's like a never-ending battle. I mean, I'm glad I know some cosplayers are still doing it, no matter how often these people say nasty things about us. But
Right.
one thing, because we talked about how we can like continue to talk about stuff. They said I was already part of the cosplay community because I was wearing my Deku shirt on. I don't do cosplay. I just
Right.
love to support people who are against like, nasty stuff like that. They
Right.
actually like some of the videos I did talking about this stuff,
Oh, nice.
because I was telling them, I was calling the photographer out and everything. Like, I was like,
How could you allow this to happen? Exactly.
that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his name is right there. Why is it translate like that? Oh, gee, if only there was a way to wait. There is.
Mm-hmm.
Translator. Is this you right here?
Yeah.
This you? So guess what? He decided not to text me either, because he knew what I was trying to do. Like, the more you talk, the more I'm going to use evidence against you.
Yep. And then they start telling on themselves. They really do. I see it
Mhm.
happen so much, and then it's like, oh, well, I never asked you about that. So why are you guilty about that? What's the problem here?
Yeah. And, I told him, what else is so interesting? You have over 62K followers on your page,
Mhm.
and you turn off the translator for your full name. You don't want people to know what your real name is.
Right. That they're hiding something because they know they're in the wrong. That's almost always how it goes. I've learned that very quickly.
And my last comments were, in my language, I was like, there are a lot of diverse people and cosplayers on this app,
Mhm.
Sergey. And I think that's why you were so quick to change your name. I think this got you some attention, and someone
Yup.
called out your real name. You changed that real quick, trying to hide. You can't hide. You should have said nothing, motherfucker.
I was about to say it was out there. He already put it out there. That's well. If it isn't the consequences of your actions, like
So,
people are
and
just
then I also came at him. I didn't came at him. We also said to the cosplayers in the video. You'll probably see it, but I'm going to tell you here now, so it'll be in this video later. I was saying, I'll take that he put his tail between his legs and run for 500.
yeah. That's usually how it goes.
Listen, I came up with that because I watched Jeopardy back when I was a kid. I just had to use that here.
Oh yeah, no, as you should. As you should. I used to love Jeopardy. Wow. I need to go watch
I just had to use that line in here.
that.
But yeah, I know, there has been, but I don't understand you wanted to pull back from the whole costume thing. You wanted to focus on like doing what you can do for now, which is singing, being an actor, model, etc.
Yeah.
Do the things that you can do for now, because sometimes we have to step back and start our own projects. Because I had an incident in April when I had to put the photography back on the shelf. Long story short, it didn't end well. This person decided to go to social media and start calling me names or whatnot, and get her friends were checking me out and everything. So I had to block each and every one of them. And I was like, the little chodes and her friend group started running with that. So I'll go check this guy out. He's a creepy person. But that's not the way it went down. I was like, do you guys actually take the time out of the day to go find out what happened?
No, literally. They just listen to whatever they're told.
I
That's
was
why
like,
I leave, because the drama is just too much.
and here's the thing. I was like, your Pied Piper asses run off the cliff with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, but screw them. They don't care.
No.
They don't matter.
Nope, they'll just listen to whatever they're told, and it's sheep mentality, but I don't want them
Sorry.
coming after me for that.
Hey, sorry. I'm just venting. I'm venting here. I was saying sorry. I'm venting here.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
But so how do you define success for yourself as both an artist and an entrepreneur?
Success comes from, I want to say, being happy at the end of the day. Like if I am in a project that I'm not sure how it's going to go, but it ends up, say we've already done a project and it fails and like nobody watches it, nobody knows what it is. If I had a good time and I made new friends and there were bonds there that were made and it's a new credit on the list, that's success to me because the memories aren't being taken away. Even if like at the end of the day I go negative at an event, I made contacts, I have communication with people, I networked, I at least put stuff out there and was able to show up because me showing up is running laps around the people that didn't even leave the couch. So,
Mhm.
mhm.
Tell you, hard work is going to pay off if you just keep going. So, like I said, you can't, like I said before, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you don't have to worry about those other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes people look at me and say, now listen, I was bullied from elementary to high school.
Oh, I was too.
But
That's why
I
this
didn't,
is so like gratifying because like, oh, they said all these horrible things, but here I am. So,
but that didn't stop me from doing what I needed to do
mm,
just to be successful. I didn't, that was just the noise in the background.
yeah.
So all it is just noise. As long as we just stay focused and just keep our head up. Like I've always had my head on the swivel because I'm not a moron.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm,
you get the point.
I do.
If you could only pick one creative medium to work in for a year, just a year, I'm giving you a hypothetical, which would you choose and why?
An actor, because that's so many stories that you can tell in 1 year. That's so many people that you can touch the lives of in 1 year. Even if it doesn't get out into theaters, there are still the castmates that I work with. There's still the credits that show up on the thing so people can see the stories that we've told. So definitely acting.
Ooh, I was about to say, I was hoping to be acting because I know some actors will do like 4 movies in a year.
I was about to say, like, Pedro Pascal right now is just bop, 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 bop. He's
I
got
know,
3
right?
movies out in the theaters right now, and that's insane to me.
Like Fantastic Four was one of them. It was
Fantastic. It was fantastic.
yes, it was.
It was
And,
fantastic.
and the fact that they chose him, I was hoping they would chose Pedro Pascal because he looks good for Mr. Fantastic.
He is the perfect Mr. Fantastic. Yes.
Because back then when they did those previous Fantastic Four movies, I was like, it's kind of
Those were
cringy.
also very like, ugh. And also they did my boy Johnny Storm so bad in those past movies. But Joseph Quinn makes the perfect Johnny Storm. I would love for that to be on the record.
Yeah, like all those previous movies were just too cringy for me.
A little bit. A little bit.
But now that it's under Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios,
they've nailed the personalities. They've nailed the actual way that the characters should react. Vanessa Kirby was the perfect Sue. Even Ben, the guy, God, I only know for him from The Bear.
It was Ebon.
Amazing. Absolutely spectacular. Like I am mind blown at how well he's
I was like, yes, because I was like, listen, I can only rely on Kevin Feige to keep doing these stories because the truth of the matter is he's trying to do things we've never seen before in movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you came across this whole, the Avengers and everything.
Him and Ryan Coogler.
And now you had the whole Spider-Man crossover in 2021.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I lost my mind over that.
So and now Tom Holland's about to come out with another film next year.
The
which is
Odyssey.
which is which is going to be amazing because I was like, Tom Holland's like the only actor to play Spider-Man in just 4 movies. He's about to have 4 Spider-Man movies. Andrew Garfield didn't have any. Tobey Maguire only had 3 movies. I was like, we don't get 4 movies. Tom Holland's about to do his thing next year.
Oh yeah, he's about to pop off big time. Well, he's already popping off, but like, you know what I mean.
But yeah, it's nice that you'll be able to do roles like that. Who knows? Maybe you might get a new like superhero role or anime role or something.
That's
it
the
might be
goal.
possible if you keep putting in the work. Can I ask you one question though? Did you ever think of going to California and doing like some of those stuff? Because I know most not really, because I know most actors.
It's always been New York.
Just New York.
Because I've been to New York multiple times. I am in contact with a LA producer and director. So like I've considered it because the only reason I would go out there is to work for him in like a movie. So I'd go for maybe a month at most. But I've heard so many like, oh, well, it's not what you're thinking it's going to be. It's not like it's overly saturated there. So staying on this side, because a lot of New York stuff is very indie right now. And that's what I want. That and superheroes. So like superheroes and indie, that's like right up my alley. So this is the perfect place and the perfect coast for me to do it on.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there are a few blurs. We call ourselves blurs now.
Yeah.
So there have been a few blurs who actually moved to California to get closer to those studios and talk to like special voice actors. So listen, I've been in contact with someone from California, Jay Russo. He's been hooking me up with the voice actors.
See, so I'm trying to be a voice actor. That's my current, my next thing is that's like where I want to go. Because my friend is making his own manga right now, and it's like he has like 3 pages. But he was like, "Hey, I want to make a commercial with this. I need you to voice these girls." And I'm like, "Please." So on every acting thing ever, I have a voice acting section where I've done like 50 plus acting, like voice acting things, and I'm like, I need to put that somewhere, and I don't know where to start. Like I really. It is such a passion to do anything acting, but voice acting is something that I like. I mean, as a musician, as a singer, I'd like to think that I have a cool voice. So I'm like, yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking you could. Have you ever thought of maybe working with Crunchyroll or Funimation, something like that?
A lot. I just don't know where to start. I'm working on it.
So you just need to talk to someone like I don't know. I don't know if I have any contacts. If you want, after this concert, I can do some research and try to connect you with somebody.
Please. I would love that.
I just thing is, listen, people like people who's been following me now since I started this whole podcast thing back in July. But I started like a couple of months ago. They like that I go and research certain things. So I like.
No, I love that. Research is everything.
And just talk to some people. If it's possible, I could talk to Jay. If it's possible, since he's connecting me with voice actors, maybe there's somebody he can contact. Because listen, he knows a lot of voice actors. He's in contact with so many of them.
I was about to say they're very close knit. Voice actors are always very close knit because they usually work in similar like specs together.
Okay, because he's done like stuff like he's in contact with Henry Dittman. He's done like a few he also knows like the people from Dragon Ball Z. He knows Kyle Hebert and everything. I was like, thing is, I'm only starting with the small ones. The only thing is, I have to build myself up before I get to like the big ones. It's going to be a while before I even get to like all those big names. So
I would reach out to Brian LaFontaine.
Brian LaFontaine?
Yeah, he was in Stranger Things and Ozark. He is here in Charlotte. I met him at the 704 Fest 2 weekends ago, and our magazine was able to interview him. He was the first interview we had for the entire event. He was so kind, so funny. I'll send you his info, but it was amazing. It was so there was so much. He's very personable. It was very low pressure, very kind.
To be honest, I really couldn't get into voice acting because it's really not for me. To be honest, once you get in the voice acting, you have to wait for the next opportunity to present itself. And it's really tough.
That's why I stay freelance. I don't have an agent. I don't have management, nothing like that. I will put in 100 applications a night. Like that is my across Actors Access, Backstage, LinkedIn, IMDb Pro. Like I purposefully obsess over doing all of like at least 100 a night. If I like a slow night for me is 50.
Yeah, I found another way to like work with voice actors, having these talk shows. Maybe I could be on like working with someone like the Crunchyroll podcast or something,
Right.
but I have to start somewhere first. That's how I come up with my own thing called The Conversation. I want to talk with different people, business people, tattoo artists. I talked to a few tattoo artists already. I'm trying to get more because thing is, in my hometown Savannah, there's a tattoo art festival. So this might be my chance to go find some more tattoo artists to be on my podcast.
Get some business cards and just start pop, 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 pop.
Yes. I also been talking to cosplayers. I got 2 cosplayers coming up this weekend. You saw they're LGBTQ cosplayers.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to bring people of all creative sides, even professional business people. Doesn't have to be like creative stuff all the time. I'm just trying to work on, trying to bring people of different areas. That's why I said before, voice actors coming soon. So, and I got a few voice actors. My next one's tomorrow. So
exciting.
Very exciting. I've been busy. So, and who knows, maybe once you get into voice acting, I can bring you back here again and let's talk about the progress you've made.
That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I also thought to myself, can I do the same person more than once? I was like,
absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
Because progress, so much progress.
And plus, you're going to have a lot more stuff coming out in the next 30 years. So might as well keep bringing the same people back over and over again.
100%.
So, sorry if I rambled on. I know we
you're good. I do too.
But hey, that's the point of these conversations, right?
That's true.
So, all right, we're halfway done. Section 3, advocacy, mental health, and community. Because I've seen a few of your posts talking about those kind of awarenesses. I actually did a video back when I was in college talking about mental health awareness, because that's going around these days. So it's something we need to talk about more.
Absolutely.
Raising awareness on mental health and social issues is a huge part of your work. What sparked that passion for you?
So this is going to get very deep very quickly. And I know we're out of time because it's already 4:00. But back in 2018, like I said, I was going through a huge depression, and my the needs around me weren't being met at all, and I spiraled really bad. And I will confess, there was a suicide attempt involved, and it got very deep very quickly. I decided to start advocating for others that can't advocate for themselves. So now, like on TikTok, I have like 180 something K followers. And it's because my mental health advocation and my social justice stuff has been so, I've pursued it so aggressively because it is so important. I've lost multiple friends to mental health issues. So I try to advocate and check for the people around me at all times.
I'm sorry about that. But I know that you put the pain, you turn pain into purpose. Yes. If I can say that here. You make sure that I can find ways to support this. Because there have been a lot of mental health situations going around. People trying to do suicide, trying to like do like bipolar disorder, those type of situations. And it's like, because when I had that interview, I did this interview in college. They talk about, everybody experienced pain. Question is, how can we reach out to them before it's too late? We need to make sure that we're using our voices to speak up on this issue.
Yeah.
Because if not, there's going to be more blood on the floor.
Right.
Right. Next up, how do you balance your own mental health while being an advocate for others?
By creating, writing music, writing poetry. I went through a horrible situation a few months ago, and I wrote a whole book about it. And it was a poetry book. I left names out. I left as much specific detail about the situation as I could, but I put it all into a book called Too Much, Too Little. And it was poetry all about the situation and how it felt and how people online got to watch some of it because the specific person I was talking about posted everything. They doxed me, my information, like horrible stuff. This was a friend. I referred to them as a sibling, and it all backfired in my face, and I was told that I was too much. So I wrote Too Much Too Little, and one of the poems in there was like, and to all of you that watched, and it was kind of like a long, yeah. But I create to keep from crashing, and I keep from like burnout, and then I overcreate, and then I burn out.
That's insane. Why would you do?
It was spite. It was spiteful. It was petty, and it was just a ridiculous attack on my character. But at the end of the day, of the 30 to 40 things that she had posted about me, I made 2 long statements that were like, listen, we're not in association. I understand that we've worked together in the past, but I don't want to be involved. I have made my peace and I have stepped away. And then the other one was like, okay, so there's been a lot more said about me and I have nothing more to say about it. And then I dropped the poetry book because that's everything that I needed to say right there. I created and I turned that pain into something better, because being heard about somebody that couldn't care about me is only going to hurt me in the end.
Some people are just idiots. You know, and
yeah. There was a lot of animosity there that I couldn't see. There was a lot of my successes that were very quickly diminished because, oh, but you can do so much better. So,
you know, you're not the only person. I've been through that rabbit hole too. When I was defending one of the voice actors, you know, Kayla Mills, she said she was she said she was bullying another voice actor. So yeah, she made a mistake. I can respect that. She made a mistake. But that still doesn't give you the right to still harass her about it.
Right.
But here's the other thing too. This guy didn't like the argument way, and he started fact checking me. So I did my research and I fact checked him. He didn't like what I was saying. And then he decided to send me a nice little message. So he said when he didn't like what I said, he started poking around my profile, and then he sent me a message saying, I'm going to track you down and cut off your hands.
Wow.
So here's my response to that. I was like, because I did a video about it too, and guess what? It didn't work well up front. I was like, I actually like this one about the part when I cut off your hands. My hands will most likely be holding a cordless hole puncture in them. So I'm gonna have to deal with that first, but good luck there, bud. So when I called him out on his thread, he deleted his Instagram.
Wow. Yeah, no, because that started ruining people's lives. So people got to be careful and actually be good people. So let that be a lesson. If you don't like what I say, then don't start poking around my profile, send me threads. Because if you're going to be doing that type of shit right there, I'm going to make it real public for you. Yeah.
So, but yeah, some people can just be stupid.
100%.
You know, just like y'all think before y'all do something. Like, did she think this all the way through before she started doing all this?
No, everything was done in anger. But at the end of the day, I don't regret the love I gave her because I know she needed it, and I don't regret any of the advice or any of the things that I helped her with because I know that it was necessary. And now I'm on the other side of it, more successful than I've ever been in my life, and it hardly crosses my mind anymore unless I'm talking about the book. So I'm like, that is what it is.
Yeah. That's really nice. Keep writing those books. Don't stop writing those books. You
Never.
are a very good storyteller. So I'm trying to go as fast as I can, and
you're good. Yeah.
What role does storytelling play in sparking conversations about social justice and mental health?
Storytelling is very easy when it comes to that because it's very easy to consume media that is based like a story. Like, I think there have been multiple different biases and multiple different ways that people have said, oh, this guy was attacked, or this guy was kidnapped, or this guy was ambushed. But then that can be turned very quickly to this man was approached randomly and willingly left with the people, like willingly left with the cops or willingly left with whoever it was. Like right now, the whole ICE thing, people are talking about like, oh, no, people are being kidnapped off the streets. Like, yes, they are being taken from everything that they know randomly without their consent. That is kidnapping. But now people are trying to, there are some articles that are very like biased news stations that are like, oh, I simply approached the woman and asked her to get in and she got in the car. No, that's not how it happened. Storytelling is very important because depending on what words you use, shifts the narrative entirely.
Right. And here's the thing, a lot's been going on after people, you know who in the White House in Washington, D.C., has been suing newspapers and whatnot. And one thing I saw from this guy, his name is Tizzy Ant online, he was talking about, and they settled with him because he's the president, he can cause so many problems that it's easier to just pay him and hope he leaves them alone. And then you got the whole Stephen Colbert angle where he got
the
fired.
Problem is, tucking your tail between your legs and running away isn't going to help the people that can't use their own voices. So then whenever these companies are paid off, it's like, okay, so you're a loser. Got it.
Mm-hmm. And, it was like, it was like, oh, yeah, financial decision. Yeah, but they don't like that you're out on their financial actions with paying him.
Right. Yeah, it's insane. I think that's why I enjoy using my platform to speak up for those who can't do it, because like the worst that's going to happen is that I'm told to stop. And
because, yeah, it's a good thing because here's the thing that also caught my attention. I was watching The Breakfast Club. He was saying like, but did y'all ever think how this was going to affect your programming? We the people already don't trust a lot of mainstream media networks.
Of course not.
Hence why the whole podcast and online business is booming.
Yeah, because actually doing your research is supposedly scarce and in between now. So many people are like, okay, well, the media doesn't actually tell us jack shit. So then people go and find their own
sources.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm glad that because my parents would force me to go do a news meeting. I'm not doing all that. Because look at where we are right now. And it's like, oh, hey, I want to be like my own person. I like this. I'm into a lot of comments. I like the art. I like everything.
Right.
Like, why can't I just be my own independent? So pretty much with me doing this podcast, I guess I am an independent journalist.
Yes.
So I just never thought of it that way until I got up to at least 15 episodes. You're the 15th episode right now. So I just didn't realize. I was saying, well, shoot, I guess I am an independent journalist. I mean, I got all these toys I'm dying to use here. I go to I have a GoPro camera where I go record all the events and talk to people.
You're definitely a journalist then. Don't ever let anybody tell you you're not, because that's 100% journalism.
So I guess, me going to comic conventions, doing a new series called Interaction with Voice Actors. By the way, that's on my YouTube page too. So I guess I am my own independent journalist.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize that until I got to now, almost close to my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I turned 25 this Monday.
Oh, happy early.
Thank you. I don't know if I should feel happy or nervous. I think I should just feel both.
Nervous is usually just excitement with no other name. So
just be happy. Okay, I'm happy. Now you did say that do you still stream on Twitch or no?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I just streamed like yesterday.
Okay, so on Twitch and social media, you built a strong community. What's one moment with your audience that really stayed with you?
I did a 24-hour stream for children's cancer, and this was when my dad first got in the hospital, and I maintained 100 viewers for almost all of it, and I cried because that's 100 people that stuck around, or maybe less than 100, and they just kept on like popping in and out. And they stayed for 24 hours to help me raise the money to help pay for my dad's chemo and to pay for children's like research for cancer. It was amazing.
Wow. That long 24 hours. Yo, I stayed up throughout the entire night playing Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League for 7 hours from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, shoot, I had so many followers come in because they saw me playing the game. And I was like, maybe I should keep doing those long ass playthroughs, but it's like I have to stay up and make sure I get enough sleep first before I just hop online.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This Friday, I'm probably going to be online again doing the full walkthrough for Gears of War Reloaded.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I gotta make sure if I'm going to keep doing that, so I gotta make sure I have the necessities right next to me.
You gotta have the battery for that. You gotta have the brain for it.
Mountain Dew, some chips, some fruit snacks. anything I can think of, to go get from the gas station.
Yes.
But it's nice that you were using Twitch to like tell people, hey, this is what I want to talk about for the next 24 hours. I want people to hear me.
Yeah.
People need to hear me that, I'm preaching here. I want y'all to hear me preach.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's great. I love that I was able to do it, and I love that I was able to have the energy for it.
Keep doing that, Abby. You're doing great.
Thanks.
How do you hope your work inspires others, especially younger creators who look up to you?
I hope that they understand they can do it scared and they can do it alone, because I don't have like familial support. Like my family doesn't like that I do what I do. I've done this, the blood, sweat, and tears, it's all mine. I've done everything that I possibly can to make some form of life for myself, because art and creativity is what I adore. So my biggest hints and pieces of advice are to get a community, figure it out, be okay with being alone, because a lot of things that you're going to need to do to get anywhere and excel are done alone, and other people will say they're there to help, and sometimes they won't be. Other people will try to take your success and claim it as their own. I've learned that as well. Sometimes your cat will climb across your laptop in the middle of a podcast. Jesus, this happens every time, because I started my own podcast called Creatives Connection, and she does this every time, or she'll like bite the camera like right here, and it's like, okay, I give up.
It's okay.
But prepare to be alone for a good bit of this, and prepare to be okay with being alone. There are a lot of times now I prefer to go to a coffee shop and do my work. Just kind of sit in silence and kind of just get going.
Well, to be honest, it's only been my family that's been supporting me. I just know when I move out, it's just gonna be me. I don't mind. Listen, I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not dating anybody. I guess it's just not for me at the moment. I tried that in college, didn't work out. I went back to focusing on what matters.
I'm in the same boat. Yep.
Yes, like I'm more focused on me right now. I got to focus on me and my well-being. I had a conversation with a few people who are already married, they're having kids. Mm-hmm. They told me, she was saying something like, society puts us where you have to get married by this certain age, have kids at this certain age. But sometimes that's not always the case.
The societal clock is absolute bullshit.
So, and I have seen a few people after college, like some of my friends, we still keep in touch with each other. Some people have already been engaged, married, they're having kids. It's just too much. I can't do that right now. I'm trying to focus on making sure I'm able to sustain myself. Hence is why I'm trying to make sure I have everything I need.
You want a stable foundation before you invite someone else into your nest, because it's very quickly, it can be washed away like ocean hitting sand. So definitely I suggest making sure that you're set first before anybody else.
Take care of yourself before you take care of others.
That part.
And yes, and guess what? I'm still gonna keep doing it. Listen, I guarantee you, after I'm done with this program of cybersecurity, I'm probably gonna be moving out to a new apartment. It might be in California, New York, Atlanta, or it might be out of the country for 9 months.
Yeah.
So
visas are fun. I like those.
But hey, we'll see what fate has in store.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're at the end here. Section 4, future vision and creative legacy. What upcoming project are you most excited about right now? And I think you probably already told me, but it might be something else. But lay it on me.
I am very excited for Subterfuge. It is a horror movie. I can't talk too much about it because of NDAs, but I play Samantha, and she is a nail tech, and that plays a big role in this. I am ridiculously excited about it, and the hype up and the promo that we've been able to do for it is insane. So it's exciting, it's scary, it's reflective. So
it's nice. That's nice. Can't wait to see it in theaters if it comes out, by the way. No spoilers now. No spoilers. Don't do that. If you could collaborate with any artist, musician, or brand, who would be your dream partnership?
Oh, I'd want to be in something Marvel. That would be the biggest collaboration of my life ever. I need something Marvel in my life. Marvel! Feige, help! Feige, do you hear me? That is
Nice.
the goal. That's what we're working towards.
Okay. Okay, and I know you have a few connections. Like you say, you have the connection with the LA person in New York, if I remember correctly. Because I know you said you've been working with him for a couple of years now. So he might be able to work his magic. Hopefully work his magic.
Hopefully.
So but just one thing I will say is that, persistency is key.
Oh, I've learned. I know. That's how I got to 10 movies in 8 months. I'm locked in.
There, there you go. But yeah, be persistent. Like even if it kills you, don't give up.
Oh, I know.
Like because I know when I started this whole thing, I wanted to bring special guests on my show. I didn't give up because there had to be some loophole to get these guys here. Because when I try emailing those agencies doesn't do any good.
No, it doesn't.
Unless you're like a big media source or company, and then
Yeah.
they'll put you at the bottom list. Because when I try to get Macy Ann Johnson, her agency said, "No, I forwarded your request, and if interested, Miss Johnson will be in contact." Then I was like, "But did you though?"
Probably not, but that's not for me to say.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, consistency and persistent. Be persistent.
Yes.
It's the only way you're gonna be able to get the stuff you want to get. Where do you see your activism plus art intersection 5 years from now?
I definitely want to do things like Pedro Pascal because I don't know who all knows what he does, but he advocates insanely. But I want to do it in a Florence Pugh way because Florence posts like advocation links and sites and has like those question polls where people can throw in their information to help others. And I want to do things like that. I want my acting to gain a profile and a platform big enough that it speaks volumes that I don't need to speak.
Yes. I guess I've seen a few actors who put a lot of stuff. Even the Emily Neves, who was airing My Hurricane, she does a lot of political stuff. When I first talked to her, she recognized that. Well, she recognized who I was because I tapped her so many times in my videos. But we also talked about stuff like, like the No Kings protest. She recognized that, and she said she was based out of Texas, so she knows it's full of shit at the moment.
Yeah.
But she still talks about these things. Listen, I guarantee you, if you go to some of these voice actors' posts, they do talk a lot of advocate and activism stuff.
Yeah, and it's great. And I feel like we need more of that because it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so rare because people are so worried about getting canceled, but you're kind of weeding out the trash and the trash is taking care of itself whenever you stand up for something that's right.
True. Very, so true. What's one piece of advice you give to someone who wants to combine multiple passions into a career like you've done?
Schedule yourself, but schedule it correctly and don't be scared to fail. Like I said earlier, you got to be able to know if you're going to fail or not. It's not preferred, sure, but it's not you can't do everything perfectly on the first try. I hate to say it. I hate to be the one to say it, but I am speaking 100% from experience that you just gotta go for it, wholeheartedly.
Definitely. So, and listen, like Henry Dittman told me last Saturday, the only way to be serious, you have to be very bad at it on your first day.
Yes. You can't be this great, perfect actor that's done amazing things. You can't be this great, perfect creative that does everything in one go. This has taken me years to be able to put everything together and to be able to really be able to say that I am this multi-hyphenated creator, because sometimes, no, I'm not. Sometimes I'm just Abby who shows up a little too late to every single thing, and it's like, oh, dang.
We're all human beings. That's all we can do. We're just human.
Exactly. Until somebody bleeds gold, blue, or black, everybody's a human being.
Right. Last question. If someone discovers Artsy Abby for the very first time, what's one project or piece of work you want them to experience firsthand?
I'd want them to see me in a movie called Like Family, which is coming up very soon. We're about to leave to go filming it. So I'd want them to be able to know me as Belle from Like Family. And I'm super excited about that because I have been studying this meticulously, and this script has me like every 20 seconds, I look stunned so often because what? It's crazy.
Oh, man. Now I want to see the film when it's finished.
You should. You absolutely should.
You have to keep me updated.
I'll send it over. I got you.
I think we've covered about everything. I think that's all 20 questions. So, but yeah, so if people want to check you out, they can check out your profile. It's Artsy Abby. And then, make sure to check out all of her songs and movies coming up. I'm saving my money for my tickets now.
I was about to say, y'all go check it out. It's going to be so much fun. It's so worth it. It's crazy, but it's worth it.
Well, hey, I want to appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. So
absolutely.
But yes, we're gonna be looking forward to those films.
I'm very excited for you guys to see it, and I hope you guys enjoy. And I definitely had a blast here. I feel like I yapped a lot. My apologies in advance to everybody watching this.
Yeah, hey, that's the part we want to talk. We want to express our, have these conversations.
That's true.
Plus, they're fun too.
It is. This has been very fun. Yes. Well.